Hey there, guys. What's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm doing 3 episodes. Two are done. This is the last one. I'm very exhausted from the 5 a.m. in the morning or 4, and now it's around midnight past. I just got this watch, by the way. I'm going to show you this soon in the daylight. It's a very special watch. This very special dial. It's not a white dial. So I got 5 watches yesterday, and I will do a separate episode talking about them. So it was a very long day. I don't know how I managed the day, but every day is so busy, so it's so tiring. I perhaps will upload and fall asleep. After dinner, I'm feeling like so full. So anyway, so the last episode I have about 12 fragrances which were hyped like sky high. These were fragrances were being talked about like crazy since 2016. In 2020, like this 4 years period, these fragrances were super hyped, or before, after also. But nowadays I don't see that much of hype. But I just want to talk about bring back good memories, okay? And this fragrance, if you see, if you've been a frag head since 2014-15, if you have been in the era of Jeremy, where he was good Jeremy and not the white Jesus Jeremy, powder Jeremy, so you remember that. And if you remember good times of Red Essence, Robes 8, Sebastian Zara, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, if you have lived in that era or that time, it's not so long ago, 7-8 years back, but we have had quite a great community. Chad, Max 40, I can go on, Centrifugal Force, all this Coach Rob 619, all legendary reviewers. I have been a fanboy. So that time, some of these mostly were hyped in Jeremy's channel because he's the designer guy. But nowadays, they have lost some, I don't think, maybe steam, but not, I don't see many people rocking this regularly, like, hey man, like I just got this. It's like super hype. Lady asked me like, what did I have? And she took me to a 5-star hotel. I know these things are not that story, right? So let's go one by one. You'll see what I mean. First fragrance, the DIL. The beautiful Paris 360-degree red. I saw this first time in Jeremy's channel, and he was talking about being in a uh, exhibition or somewhere where he's a model for one of the house. I don't remember what house he was doing representing, but he said, I was wearing this and people asked me, I was getting compliments from this Eliis 360-degree red. I am sorry, I have trouble saying 360-degree red. If I say it very fast, I get startled or something. So this thing, he definitely brought it out as a good replacement of Acqua di Gio, and much affordable. Acqua di Gio is very expensive. Even now is very expensive. So they have quite a few dupes, but this one remained one of the most popular one. It outdoors, it's so beautiful. It projects like crazy. It has this pepper. It has the Acqua di Gio, the oceanic notes. It's a little bit synthetic, but smells so beautiful. I actually love this a lot. This was super hyped, and I do have good memories with Eliis 360-degree red. This is, I think, the most crowd-pleasing perfume from this house, and also still available and affordable. I think you should try that if you don't have it. This fragrance is such a like a beast, okay, for the summer. So those no Nautica Voyage, so just that one very affordable. Rest of them are a little bit more expensive, okay. So let's talk about Jeremy's another. I think the whole, you can call this the whole list as Jeremy's hype. Yeah, you can call them. I can see that. Second one I'm going to talk about is CH Man. I want to bring out CH Man Privé. Okay. And I'm showing CH Man because this is the fragrance which got me into sort of fragrances really, uh, like crazy. Like I'll tell you, frankly speaking, if you never admit that you are a fan of NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, even you still listen to Britney Spears, you're lying. But I was a fan of CH Man when he did that office video. Jeremy did the top 10 most complimented ever. And there was this Chanel Alley Rome Sport All Extreme Smell Me, I'm God. If you remember that video, he made this number 3. And I think he skipped number 2 and I talked about number 3, or talked about number 3 later. Something, I don't know, this was number 2. And he talked about number 1, then he talked about number 2. So this was CH Man, and he said this is really sexy, sweet leather perfume, and it's very exotic. And this thing is a very sexy that perfume that women love. And I can tell you one thing: CH Man now is that mysterious perfume not many people wear in Bangladesh, in my region. So this and CH Man Privé, two bad boys, really cool bad boys with the leather jacket, flirty. And I can imagine them in 20, 30s. When I was in my 30s, I was still rocking this, like I still wear it, but good memories. I do not feel that young anymore. But CH Man definitely had so many memories with me, especially this Thai version. So there are 3 versions. If you see the box, there's CH Man, CH Man, CH, HC was written so many times. The smaller the writing is the first vintage, then a little bit more writing like 4 or 5, that is the second. And if you see the normal box and you see this bottle without any, it just like tie, there's a new version. So you can get any, but older versions are better. So that is a nice little perfume. I really like that. So the next one I'm going to show you is more newer than the rest of them. This is Hugo Boss bottle EDP Intense. I want to go fast because I'm very tired. It's very difficult for me to speak because my mouth is drying up. But this perfume was super hyped when it came out. Every reviewer, man, I remember Boss bottle on steroids. Boss bottle EDP Intense is the one to get. It's so much deeper, so much more apples, and then the leather is prominent. Cinnamon is sweet, and this is the ultra beast mode, god mode of Boss bottle. And in there it is. It is definitely 2-3 Boss bottle in one bottle. Super hard to find nowadays, but not many people still go gaga over this like how they do for one of the other ones in the list, number 3. But Boss Bottle EDP Intense was super hyped once, and I think Jeremy also talked about it. One of my favorite fragrance DNA. Love that. Next one is the most hated fragrance in the community, and any guesses? Yeah, it is Invictus. Super hyped once. I got this fragrance in 2016. I took this little bottle. I had a 50 ml. This is 150, and the 50 ml bottle I took it everywhere. Recently it went bad. I had a little bit of juice left. Still kept the bottle, but Invictus, man. When I spray Invictus, not my favorite Invictus anymore, but good memories, guys. When I started my journey, man, when I was younger, I was a little bit of bad boy with my friends. I used to go out drives and all that. I drove to Penang from KL, if you've been to Malaysia, and it was quite a trip. I met that time. I think I met one of my girlfriends. Yeah, it was a nice tour, like very, very sweet tour. And then I took this perfume with me, and I also bought CK1 Gold, these two perfumes same time. So Invictus is a fragrance. I just really love this. It's one of the fragrance women love. Okay, it is like ambery. It is fresh, bay leaf, sweet also. And this one projects like crazy still. Invictus is pure compliment magnet for me. It was hugely hyped once. For me, current favorite is this version. Invictus Elixir Victory. That one is the more modern take on Invictus. Next one, I think this bottle I have about decent amount of juice left. ADG Profumo, and this is again Jeremy's hype. Dylan Blue. This Dylan Blue still is popular. I can tell you, people still rocking this. I can smell it everywhere. People ask about Dylan Blue, but no one asks about Profumo because this is now discontinued. Super hard to find and also very expensive. Imagine this 180 ml bottle goes for 250 bucks. It used to be 130, 120, right? So I do have the Parfum version, Parfum. I preferred that over this because that is more balance between Essence and this one, but it's also beast mode. This one can be spotty in terms of longevity at times, but the projection, beastly, amazing, patchouli darkness on the top of the Aquadigio, one of the most masculine perfumes with the nice bottle. So good times of Aquadigios. Next one, rasasi Yuqawam, man, this was a hype beast. When I started my journey, Sidinim, this and Hawas, these 3 perfumes were going round like people want to have them so bad. Everybody's raving. People talked about this, and then Shura. Man, this one was, I think, dupe of Tuscan leather, and this is actually better than Tuscan leather in terms of composition, more raspberry and more refined leather note. So beastly. If you spray this in winter, you don't need to wear anything from morning until night. It covers you the whole day for performance. 75 ml now is going for $100. Price has increased. Previous used to be 75 bucks for 75 ml. But still, 2 sprays, you are Tuscan leather on steroids. Okay, much better value than Tom Ford. So let's talk about the last 6 or first 6. Valentino Uomo Intense. You saw me one of the days. I went and visited, and I showed my new. They had this new version with the studded pattern on the neck of Valentino Uomo Intense. That is $130. I bought this for 150 bucks when it came out first, right? But I wish, like they reduced the price to 85 bucks, which is the usual, but no longer the case. These are super hard to find and super expensive. The new version is also good, but the old version, Valentino Uomo Intense, and I did try some of the other flankers, Noir Absolute, and this other one, the whole matte black. I never found that. That one probably had oud and stuff. This thing was sexy take on Valentino Dior Intense. This or Dior Intense, I can never decide. Both are very good. Chocolatey, leather, irisy goodness. Okay, Valentino Uomo Intense was hyped. Like even Mark loved that one. Okay, so next one, number 5 is Dior Sauvage. Do you see anybody wearing Dior Sauvage now? Maybe Sauvage Elixir, maybe the new Sauvage perhaps, but this one no one talks about anymore. This one was the most hated, if not the hated. Number 2 is the most hated, but again most popular also. Sauvage is the DNA. When it came out, when I wore it, I can tell you one thing: women, when they smell Sauvage, my 2016 batch, this, I'm not a good looking guy, I had weird hairstyle, I admit, but I got looks from ladies, okay, me. And I know it was Dior Sauvage because it was new at that time, and they definitely knew what they were making. It's hated, it's very simple, it's too simple, and for its smell it doesn't justify the price point. But 2016 Sauvage, if you still have it, you know how good that was. Beastly goodness. Okay, Ambrox and blue shower gel vibes. Number 4, huge hype, now gone. Prada Intense. I think I have about 10 ml left in there. I had bought backup bottles, but I did not keep them because I sold them off because I needed cash, urgent cash. These are now $150 plus for 100 ml. Super rare to find. And one painful thing about this bottle, you can see how much juice you have left inside. Like Prada Original, the rest of them you can see, but this one's no. I got the most number of compliments from any Prada is this one. Okay, Prada and this are my 2, and Prada Amber Purum. These 3 are my most complimented Pradas. This thing is dark leather layer on top of Prada and this lasts 4 times more than Prada. You should get a backup bottle or a bottle if you don't have this, because this is so good. This is in the same level of DHI, Valentino more intense, or better. I compared this the quality of Dior Buffa. That good. Okay, so this was hugely hyped once, now no longer hyped. The number 3 is perhaps the most popular one in this list, and this is Jeremy's Legacy. I hope I don't drop the bottle. My last bottle of old batch of La Nuit. How old? 2014, not 9. The juice, yeah, a little bit dark. The newer batches, it's more transparent, but I always love this DNA, that cardamom, bergamot, chocolate, and a little bit of what else is in there? Cocoa perhaps, or lavender, one of those notes. This is, again, when women smell this, they love it. They look at you and they want to talk to you. Okay, not that if you're a douche or if you are super shy, no, not gonna happen. If you keep quiet, you maintain your composure, and you're wearing La Nuit in a AC, and if you're young, this thing can actually get you compliments. And I did got compliments back in the days, not from ladies though, but from my friends. I'm joking. This is really, really nice. La Nuit hugely hyped, man. La Nuit every single reviewer talked about this. Nowadays, nobody wears this perfume. They talk about Blue Electric, not as good as this, okay? This is the original Magic. My dear brother Shafi Bhai thinks this is the best in terms of cardamom note. I think this is still great. Number 2, let me show you the most hated fragrance of the most hated era. Perhaps, yeah, it got a lot of bashing from all the reviewers. It sold like crazy, and it lasts. Office for Men from Jeremy Fragrance or Fragrance One. I have this much juice left, okay? And I kept it for remembrance, and I had reviewed all the batches. The very first experimental batch, I did that from a friend. Then the white bottle of this, the transparent. This is the 3rd batch. Sorry. And this one, after that, I think they did promote like buy one, get one free. I got this for 150 bucks when it was sold. And it used to be 250 bucks, I think, around that price once, but then they stopped production. I think nowadays, I'm confused what's happening, but trust me, this was really hated because Jeremy claimed, Jeremy used to do this one thing, why this was hated. Jeremy claimed that Sauvage was the most complimented perfume of all time. And then Ultra Male, La Nuit all this. Then when he released this, he said this is the most perfect perfume. This fragrance is the best perfume in the world. And that's got him the bashing. And when it was released, he pushed like anything. He hyped it, and he went to even Creed, Tom Ford, and he talked about his own perfume. But apart from the hate and all that, I actually got good performance from this, way better than Aventus in terms of compliments or performance. And this fragrance actually lasts more than Dior Sauvage. It has great longevity. Alberto Moris made a good perfume here. And this perfume, if you can get it. Just forget about the name and then cheap. Yeah, okay. Apart from this perfume is so good. Office for Men, Jeremy fragrance. Number 1, I already took the name, but this is the last bottle that I have from old batch. This is the BPI version of Ultra Male. And Ultra Male, oh man, so many good memories. I was still with my ex. If my GF sees this, I'm dead. I'm telling you a story. I bought this Dior Intense, Dolce & Gabbana, the one, Fahrenheit Chanel Alirom, Eau Extreme. These were my first few fragrances. Okay, I did buy La Male, but I did not like La Male as much as I love this. The fruitiness in this, when this was first sniffed by me, I went absolutely crazy, more so than any of these perfumes. First impression, this and Sike Reveal, these two perfumes, and Daniel's Icon, I went crazy for these three perfumes. And I can tell you that love that I had for this, with the performance and the pear note, whatever, I get a pineapple in this. There's so much sweetness, bubblegummy sweetness. It's a sweet beast, and more modern take on La Male. Even Mark liked it, when he sniffed it with Chad in one of the videos, my favorite video, outdoor shooting, two of my favorite reviewers standing and talking about it, and there's some goose around them in Canada. This perfume is still gold. It's super hard to find, so expensive, and this new version is not as good as this version, but I still say Ultra Male is a fabulous perfume, forgotten gem, hugely hyped ones, hugely. Every channel, number one, number two, most complimented perfumes, ladies love it, this and that, it's a pea drop or whatever. This is the fragrance, like, I just still love a lot. And this list, basically, I love all these perfumes. I just want to bring it back to our perfumes. So do remember this time, and you cherish these times. Okay, I do find current time is also good, but too many flankers, and it's just getting kind of boring. You see these, they're flankers at times, but not boring. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and I think I'll sign out. My mouth is drying up. After a while, I'm gonna talk like Jim Carrey in Me, Myself, and Irene. I don't want to do that. Have a nice day. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.